it shows that there's hope, right, for these teams that are in the chasing pack. It shows that the gap, even though it might seem big number-wise, isn't maybe as big as it first appears.
100%, because it's what essentially catapulted Team Latin Cat into their strong position was a one-off phenomenal game. So it could easily do the same for any of the teams that are close, even remotely close to their points, if they have an equally as strong performance. So I am by no means counting any teams out, especially because, yeah, we're towards the end of everything, but there's still 2 more games. And imagine, I mean, I don't foresee it happening, but imagine if one of the middle of the pack teams, or even on the second page, magically somehow had 2 back-to-back 44-point games. Like that, I mean,
it's possible.
It's possible. I don't see it happening, but it would totally change up the rankings, is my point. So like you were saying, if anybody has a strong performance because of the way the multipliers work, it could completely shake things up. And right now, we see that Nux is already deciding to go for some of those points.
15 shots left in the Spitfire. He needs a couple, though, as that player would be taken down to pretty much no shields. A nice shot with a triple take as well is going to break some more shields, and it's going to be down to Bag El Shay to move in and finish off those kills pretty comfortably. So a strong start for that lineup. Just looking across the leaderboards as well, one team who has been incredibly consistent from game to game is the team in second place, right? Team Jowo. You got 15 points in game 1, 10.5 the next game, 10.5 the next game, 17.5 in that one. I think for them, I think they need to just go balls to the wall in this game, right? It doesn't matter at this point if they put in another 10.5, another 10.5. That isn't going to close the gap. But they need to put up a big game. That's obvious to say, right? But I think for the lobby in general, to give them hope, the first team they need to see really in the kill feed going down is going to be Team Latin Cat.
100%. And what actually kind of like really surprises me is that everybody on Jowo is more than capable of getting like an insane level win, and it's almost like they've almost reeled themselves in a little bit, like they're playing a little bit more conservatively, because they have been probably the most consistent team across the board. They just haven't been getting any crazy stellar standout performances or getting that 2x multiplier to really kind of jack up their score. So I mean, like you're saying, this is a perfect opportunity. They've essentially laid some really good groundwork for themselves as far as positioning in the overall standings goes. So it's a perfect opportunity, especially in game 5, to try maybe something a little bit more aggressive and different, and then if it doesn't work out, switch back to it in the final game, because they're in a really safe spot. I mean, even the team closest behind them is still almost 20 points behind them, so they do have a little bit of cushion to work with.
Yeah, just looking at the moment, and the one standout performance is that game 2 from Team Latin Cat. That really has been the difference maker for everyone in the lobby. But we're into game 5 now. One more game after this one is done for points to be accrued by these teams to try and close that gap. As we talk about closing gaps, and Imperial How is trying to create one between the team that he was trying to do some damage on there as he uses the Horizon Q to get away momentarily. It's going to be Jowo and Snipedown who are trying to move in and do a little bit more damage, while he's going to be able to get those heals off and hold that angle. The Phoenix kit dropped off nicely by his friendly teammate in Snipedown to make sure that he can get back up to full HP. But only one squad been removed from the lobby as such, and I think a few teams might be playing around edge at the moment, just maybe trying to look for more fights and look for those 1v1 those straight 3v3 fights that they can find on the edge, making the third party opportunity less to come in. But at the moment doesn't seem to be as much action as what we've seen earlier on in the tournament.
No, I almost wonder if now that it's those final opportunities for some of these squads to earn some points, if they've almost been scared off of that aggression. I mean, we saw really quickly, we saw that Autumn had taken some damage. Now we're checking in with Team Eugen, but they seem pretty comfortable. They seem relatively looted so far and not really pushing too hard for any engagements. It's more like they're just kind of rotating around the edge of the zone. And as I say that, Reps takes a couple pop shots, but nothing crazy as we jump back on board with Bag El Shay and crew, and they are yet again the only squad that's really kind of going for it this round.
Yeah, looking for some aggressive opportunities to push, and it looks like they're going to be trying to push inside of this building as well. You can see Bag El Shay was getting involved, but unfortunately she's going to be beamed from inside by Nicewig. One player in the lobby you certainly don't want to get involved with a short-range battle is going to be that man, Mr. Nintendo Switch, of course. I'm going to keep giving him a shout out. Much love for that every single time that I can. What a what a development process it's been for Nicewig, as we see, unfortunately, the team being eliminated in front of our eyes. But Nicewig, I mean, before Apex Legends, played a lot of games, but really blown up to being one of the biggest personalities on Twitch, thanks to Apex Legends. And as I say, being part of that Nintendo Switch commercial for the launch of the game on the Switch it's really got to be a great indicator of how much of a growth it's been for him as a streamer and as a person over the last few years.
Yeah, I think Apex and the community as a whole has done, you know, so much for a lot of the content creators that we're seeing in this lobby today, which is why it's so nice to kind of give them an opportunity to have a little bit of friendly competition without all of the stress that comes along with also playing, you know, in ALGS or something like that. This is more a little more fun. Although we have seen some insane plays coming out of this crew so far, as we see Team Autumn trying to take on the fight with I don't even know what crew was that. Was that with Bad Gal Shay crew or no? Or was that that was Nicewig? Sorry, that was Nicewig, and it does not go well for them.
Yes, it's been a really good start for Nicewig's team. You can see 3 kills for Nicewig at the moment. He's got assist to his name as well, so that's 4 points on board. I'm wondering if his teammates have picked up some kills along the way as well. As we're going to see looting going on from Timmy. I'm surprised to see him with less than 367,000 batteries in his inventory at any time. Go and check out Timmy's stream. I say it every single time, but if you love your memes and you love your entertainment, he is the man to watch. But they've had a pretty good game. But looking at that kill feed, Glitter, look at that name that's popping up once again.
Oh, and I feel okay. So at this point, if I'm literally anybody else in the lobby, I am watching for that to pop up. And if I'm seeing Zach's name on there, because I don't know if you guys noticed before earlier, but it pops up on your screen that he's also the current overall kill leader. If you see his name pop up, it's probably like the last thing that you want to see right now. And that's almost your motivation to push and start getting a few more extra kills. As we can see, Hal is trying to do so, but they might be caught in a little bit of a pickle here. It seems like they were able to kill the squad they were going up against, but there might be one trying to pinch them from behind.
Yeah, Hal's doing a good job, though. He's got this head glitch to play with as well, so he can be able to do damage. And now that they've got the res off and they've got their shields going as well, that's going to mean they're going to be able to loot up and feel very comfortable about it. Lou, the last player alive for his team. However, the great equalizer in Apex Legends is the Kraber. And when you've got the talent that this man has, ALGS champion, what a phenomenal year he's had inside of the competitive arena. Then he could well turn these kind of situations around. The scan will come in, but you can see there's 2 teams actually on top of each other at the moment. So he might be thinking about the banners if these 2 teams do engage. But for now, he's just trying to line up a Kraber shot, crack some domes.
You know what? That's another thing that we actually haven't seen too much of this entire event on set is the fact that people aren't even really being given the opportunity to get banners and res their teammates. It's just all happening way too fast because I think we saw maybe, at least what we caught, we saw Lovabilities being res and she got instantly taken out, I believe, by Showdown. Coming in off of that, they're just, these teams are being too aggressive to really allow for too many second chances to come through.
Oh my God, Lou gives that player a haircut, but unfortunately, doesn't get the headshot, but that was about as close as you can possibly get. You see Lou's little adjustment of the glasses there. Maybe they were slightly off keel to make that shot not quite where he intended it to go. But 2 seconds left on one banner. That's going to unfortunately be Jake and Bake out of the game. It looks like he's going to have to give up. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get those banners back. But one team who are hot on the tails of Team Latin Cat in first place is going to be Team Joe White. As Hal sniped down, look to once again engage the push themselves, and now going to be taken to the skies using that Horizon Q. Beautiful shots once again with the Spitfire. Can he get the knock? Of course he can, and he gets damage onto the second player as well, and that's going to be the signal to push here, Glitter.
Those were some clean shots coming out of Hal, and instantly you see Snipe Down moving in to try and clean some of that up. Some nice frags and archers coming out of him as well. This should be an easy fight for them to be able to pick up a few extra points here, and this is that consistency that we were talking about coming out of Team Joe. Even if Joe does go down, I think that Hal and Snipe Down should be able to clean up the rest of this engagement.
Yeah, the only problem is I think there might have been a third party which was sneaking around a corner as Imperial Hal now has to take to the skies using that Q to get a battery off, and now you're going to see it is a third party coming in. And look who it is. It's Mr. Party Spoiler, Zach Mazer, coming in with Latin Cat and We The People to try and pick up some kills. And if they take out Hal and Snipe Down here, that is their closest competitors in the leaderboard. This is a massive moment, Glitter, in this competition.
I cannot believe that this is who we've got going up against each other right now. This could potentially be one of the very few left remaining deciding factors. And I see we the people's able to get one of the knocks. This is opening up the doors for the rest of the squad to push in and honestly just completely take them out.
Look at the window.
I think Hal is alive somewhere inside, but it's not going to be long for this world. You can see he's going to take 44. He's going to be finishing off Snipe down as well, and just keeping my eyes open to see if Hal gets taken down. But no, somehow or other, Hal stays alive, and now the third party comes in. So Hal, with that knock, has allowed the third party to come in. Sweet now can't get the finish initially onto this player inside. He will get some shots off himself, but somehow, in all of this, keeping my eye on that kill feed, Imperial Hal stayed alive. I believe we'll have to get confirmation of that in just a few moments, but that is Zach Mays' team eliminated.
Literally everyone is showing up here right now. I think that Latin Cat actually took out Sweet. I think Sweet and Co entirely went down. As soon as that fight was about to finish, we saw Girl push in. I mean, everyone is deciding that this is the moment that they're just going to try to third party, and whoever took the first fight was the one that started all of the chaos from there.
Yeah, they lit the fuse.
That took like 3 squads.
Yeah, they lit the fuse and then it all kicked off, basically. I just need to know if Hal's alive, because if Hal has managed to somehow or other get out of that situation alive,
no way.
That is a possibility for them to somehow close that gap. It is, like you say, a slim chance, but we've seen Hal do some crazy things over the years, and that would be another one that wouldn't surprise me if I did see it. But we're going to slow things down for a little bit here as the teams kind of reset, as the third party, fourth party, fifth party situation finally came to rest on the hillside outpost. And now we're going to see a little bit of a fight going down actually just outside of the ring here, as Fade is going to be dropping in, looking to hit maybe a fadeaway jumper with that Eva 8 in tow. No bolt, unfortunately, on the gun to make it shoot a little bit quicker and get those rapid fire shots off. And unfortunately for Fade, going to be forced back now, and they're in a little bit of a sticky situation. I think that's the nicest way I could possibly put it.
I mean, that heat shield is doing its best right now to kind of give them a little extra space and opportunity to heal up in this fight, but it is not going to last for long. And as you can see, we're on a death screen there for Albrelelli. They do get pushed up on and unfortunately lose that engagement. And before all of this went down, when we were back checking in with Snipe Down and Hal, I was about to make a comment about how there were still 16 squads up, and this is probably the most squads we've seen alive in this late of a game, and that was when everything just completely imploded. So, I mean...
That's what happens.
It did not last.
That is Apex Legends in a nutshell. All you suddenly like 17 squads alive, and then you realize there's not enough room when this ring closes for 17 squads to be alive. And then all of a sudden, there's not 17 squads alive. There's 12 or 11 or 10. And one of those teams who has managed to make it inside of the top 10 now, as we see our 11th team actually fall, is going to be Nice with Calamity and Timmy. And Timmy as well is the kill leader at this point. 5 kills to his name. Or is that 6 kills? 5 kills, excuse me, to his name and 2 assists. So that's 7 points on the board. And I tell you what, they might be on for one of those monster games if I don't curse them, and I'm touching wood just to make sure that that isn't the case, because it's happened a few times today already. But they are in a good position here, overlooking all of the action and seeing those late rotators coming in as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot of promise here. Like you said, I don't necessarily want to curse them in any way, but they can see everyone. They're right on the edge of the zone right now. They decide to push whoever is inside this building that Timmy was able to get some damage down onto with his Spitfire. I don't know how they want to do this, but I mean, we've yet to see them go really, really aggressively since they decided to switch up their comp, so maybe this is exactly what they need.
Yeah, I think they've seen that they might have had the numbers advantage in this battle, so now they're trying to push on that advantage and clean up these kills. You can see there's 2 players trying to scamper away, and they are now inside of the zone, so they were going to be forced to move by the zone, as we can see, and they made that decision to try and push that team, having realized that they were at a numerical advantage. Unfortunately for them, though, you can see they didn't get the initial kill, but Timmy has managed to pick one up onto PvPX, I think that was, in the kill feed, and now they have control of one of the major buildings inside of this zone. They're feeling comfortable for now.
Yeah, that was definitely beneficial in the overall. They might not have necessarily gotten the amount of kills or points on the board that they wanted, but like you said, they've got a lot of control right now on that building, and that's going to be important because as this shrinks down, there's not going to be too many options for these teams. You can even see that there is another squad above them on the exact same, building. So this is gonna eventually get hairy. They're okay for right now, but they're gonna have to figure out exactly how they want to play this.
Raber in the hands of Kind as well. So if he can get a pick, then it could be curtains for Timmy's team. But he has to hit that shot, and that's the difficulty with the Kraber. Sometimes you think, oh, you know, you got the Kraber in your hand, that's a guaranteed kill. Nah, you still got to hit that shot. Not the easiest gun in the world to use, especially at range. You got to play with that drop off in the back of your mind as well, and maybe an angle here. Is he seeing someone there? Wiggling toes around? It looks like, no, he's just checking those angles.
We can see on the outskirts too, we've got Daniel PvPX pushing in on the outskirts.
I'm gonna try to do a vert nade. Get ready for this.
This is going to be pretty brutal as soon as this next zone shrinks down. And they don't have too much time before that starts to happen. So I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Timmy wants to push it. You can see it. He's saying, you can hear the communication there very faintly in the background saying, you know, I'm going to try and skynade them. I'm going to throw that grenade up into the air. But it seems like at the moment they're getting pushed themselves and they are beaming. So that's great news for them. Fire Dragon, unfortunately, kind of just walked into a barrage of bullets, as you're now going to see the caustic ultimate being used by the other team as well to try and create some separation. And now it's a 3v2 situation, and Nightwing doesn't need a second invitation to push. Coven's going to be taken down to low shields as well. His shields are going to be broken. Horizon's going to be queuing up, and all of a sudden, Carnage is kicking off here. Coven will be taken down. Kine will be the last player alive for his team, and that is more kill points on the board for Nightwing and Co.
That was exactly what they needed. That was going to be huge. Not only do they have a little bit of extra loot, but you know, they were able to kind of move out of the position they were in. However, I think they do see that there's another squad right in front of them. So we're going to see exactly how everything just played out from the angles that we might have missed.
Yeah, this is a replay from one of the fights a little bit earlier on as well, as we can see. I love the camera setup as well.
Oh my god, I just realized
slightly off. It's amazing. It's amazing. But this is one of the fights that we did see Wicked and these involved in, and just straight beams. Every time you see one of these top level players, when they've got a 301 or an R99 in their hands, it's just nothing but straight beams, as we see some big thermite grenades coming in. Another fight breaking down here, just in the tunnel, just to the south of where we saw the fights going on earlier.
We have seen so many really, really good thermites coming out of a lot of these teams today. We see that he's trying to get on over to Tifa so that she can maybe get a res. Hopefully they'll let her get this off.
They're going to be playing the shield by the knockdown shield. Has the Kraber in hand, so a chance to make a massive play. Going to be a Gibby up close and personal, which is where you never want to find a Gibraltar, and that is why. And it's Lulu who comes in to pick up that kill. And we all know that Lulu and Kraber are synonymous with each other. Let's see if she can pop off with a weapon in her hand now.
I feel like this is long overdue for Bruce, Lulu, and Madness as well. We've seen them getting some rough early game engagements now, putting the Kraber in the hands of Lulu. They're in a really good spot. They were able to get out of that fight really quickly. If they can get a little bit of high ground here, just figure out where those remaining players are. And as that, Lulu's already putting down her with her Kraber.
Yeah, she's the highlight reel when she's got this weapon in hand. You can see as that bubble disappears, and that Gibby is not long for this world. How long has the bubble got on it? Unfortunately for Lulu, doesn't have the opportunity to hit that second shot, but we got to stay on this point of view for just a few moments, as we see Madness and Bruce trying to push up as well to maybe capitalize on some of the damage that Lulu is doing. But if we can go back to Lulu to watch that Kraber, I would love to, because she loves to put on display. We missed the shot. No, Lulu's going wild. She takes down Wicked, and that's why we don't swap POV. She hits the 122 as well.
And this was so perfect because she stayed up where she had the sightlines while she let Bruce and Madness kind of make the enemy team choose. Are they going to try to go away from Lulu with the Kraber and then have to take the fight with two players? Or they have to go back into her line of sight? They chose the wrong option and instantly give the easy shots over to Lulu. She nails them, and it just spells disaster for them in the end.
I dare you to walk into the crosshair of Lulu right now, because she's got a Kraber and she ain't missing. It's very rare that she does. Madness actually going to pick up a kill here, as well as Average Agent going to be the last player alive for his team. All of a sudden, he'll be taken down. His squad is eliminated, and now we're getting down to the final moments of game number 5, and it's going to be Madness as well with the Peacekeeper. 3 squads now remaining. Lulu and Bruce trying to do a little bit of work towards the end game as well. Bruce going to hit some shots. They win that fight, but here comes the third party, and it's going to be a solo player as well. So it might be a 1v1 now, and I believe it's Lulu versus Kine. The question is, can Kai get the drop onto her here?
Oh no!
Armor swap going to be coming in. I don't know if Lulu knows where that player is. And no, Madness gets finished. Lulu's below. 20 shots as well onto the health. The question is, can she get a shot away? Does she have the Kraber in hand? If she pulls this off right now, by the way, and gets a crazy Kraber shot,
It's a
then
massive.
that's the best player of the game. But
No
unfortunately,
way.
for Kine, Lulu has got out of dodge here. She's managed to get some shields back. And now we're going to have a little bit of a reset.
Oh, pushing.
Kine now moving in. Still can't finish off the kill. Got the massive in hand. The armor swap, though, comes in for Lulu.
She's using
She tries to get the shots away. Lulu can't finish it off, though. Kine clutches up in those final moments, but made to work so hard for it by Lulu.